It is the beginning of the year 2024, and with that, the men's and women's professional races have begun again, and we get to see first glimpses of unreleased bicycles, unreleased components, and what should we see foreshadowing to come in the year 2024. I already made a video last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, what my predictions were for 2024. I talked about the spy photos of the new Trek Imonda. I talked about the revamp of the Pinarello Dogma F, which I think will come this year. Talked about components like SRAM Red Axis coming to the Pro Peloton this year, but we'll probably see more. And this was one of the bicycles that I left out, but we have the Factor Ostro VAM, which we get to see is a new bicycle. Now, what this video is about, UCI needs to change this. I have been in the bicycle industry for a very long time, and I know people always say this, and this is the ongoing joke in the cycling world. Things are starting to look pretty similar, and we are kind of being hindered by UCI's rules. And we always make that joke as well, that UCI is going to ban themselves at one point because they get bored. But yeah, it's getting everything's kind of looking full circle here. So I need to see a shakeup from UCI, and I'll tell you guys my thoughts on this. But before we do that, let's take a look at this Factor Ostro VAM, and we'll compare it to other bikes as well. Here we go. So have we reached peak aero design? We have seen plenty of new bicycles come out recently, and they all are starting to look very similar. This bicycle, to me, looks very similar to the Giant Propel. All new bicycle companies are taking advantage of that 3-to-1 ratio in that head tube area to make it super, super aero. But we're starting to see a trend now in aero bikes and do-it-all bicycles, starting to put a lot of aerodynamics in that frontal area to take on that front of the aerodynamics. And in the back of the bicycle, starting to go a little bit more skinnier to go ahead and sacrifice some of the aerodynamics, but to make it more comfy and also lightweight as well. Also, some people are saying that because you're not making as much aerodynamics right here, this area here takes on the wind right away, and that's going to be the most aerodynamic part of the bicycle. But when you get hit from the side or this back area where your body is and you have a lot of dirty air and turbulence, from the side angles, you want to be as skinny as possible because of the fact that you want it to be a little bit more aerodynamic and not catch crosswinds and drag. But this looks very, very similar to everything. So do I ask the question, have we reached peaked aero design because all we see is the exact same aero bicycle made by every single company out there? And is that because of the fact that UCI rules are hindering the build of this bicycle? Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Factor Ostro VAM, Giant Propel. Okay, take a close look. Head tube, seat stays, seat posts, Factor, Giant, Factor, Giant, Factor. Now again, I'm sure it's working, and just like the Tarmac SL7 when we had the whole era in 2020 where every single bicycle company out there was making a bicycle that looked like a Tarmac SL7, that was a winning formula, and a lot of people just knew what to make. So everyone just basically copying and pasting here. There's no more originality. There's no more, this is the winning formula. Everything is just boom, 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 copy, paste. That's going to win right there. Also, another bicycle that looks very similar to that, like the Tarmac SL8. Massive head tube, massive front fork, skinny down tubes, skinny rear stays. Now, obviously, comfort is a big factor in here as well. But what the UCI needs to do in this matter is they need to lighten up a little bit. They need to change the weight limit, one, from 6.8 kilos. That is the weight limit. Now, I know everyone wants to achieve to get it to there, but that is the lightest amount of weight your bicycle can be to make it UCI legal. That does not mean that your bicycle needs to be there, but that is what it can be. We are starting to see bicycles get more stronger with structure, things getting crazy, stupid light. Let's go ahead and change that rule. Now, we need to all agree on a number here for safety, but again, they can make that weight limit whatever they want it to be, and bicycle companies do not have to make it that stupid lightweight, but at least give a company something to aim for. It seems like all these companies are starting to hit 6.8 kilos no matter what, especially for crazy light climbing bikes. But let's make that climbing number, well, let's make that number 6 kilos, 6.2 kilos. Something higher to aim for, so that way we can make it even lighter weight if we wanted to. And two, the 2 triangle rule for the UCI, they're basically saying that the bicycle needs to have 2 forms of triangles on there. I applaud Trek for their Madone with their ISOFlow butthole on their bicycle. Everyone always jokes on that bicycle, but I for sure think that Trek has done an absolute great job of thinking outside the box. Does it make a difference? I don't know, but there's only so much you can do to a bicycle nowadays to change it, to make it different, to make it your own. with this, not only does it suspend the seat post above a free-floating area to make it more comfortable and more vertically compliant, but also they claim that it's more aerodynamic. But again, they're doing something outside the box, and they're doing what they can within limitations of making the 2 triangle rule. Maybe take that away. Obviously, there needs to be safety structure, but maybe take that away in terms of, I don't know, give these bicycle manufacturers more freedom. There's always, I mean, literally every single bicycle now is testing at stupid aerodynamics, and there really is no more climbing aerodynamic bikes. All these bicycles, like this aero bike, their Propel, which is giant aero bike, is literally their aerodynamic weapon, but still 6.0 kilos. So why not use that bicycle for your climbing bike if it still gives you that aerodynamic benefit? Same with this. They don't have any weights on this thing yet, but I'm sure they got this weight pretty far down. They made it a little bit more aerodynamic. And then every single bicycle company out there is now having 700 by 32C tire clearances, threaded BBs, the little drop seat stays with the seat, little drop seat stays in the back, and then now pencil thin to make it a little bit more compliant because obviously we want to be more comfortable. But we definitely need to work on something to make it different, something fresh. Also on this Factor, Ostrovam, they have their new black ink wheels in here. I believe a 4852 wheel set, which looks exciting, but to me, that is a big logo, and I'm more minimalistic. I like their older style look for sure of the logo. That to me just looks kind of knockoff-ish. No confirmation on internal rim width, but I think it's around 23 millimeters, they're guessing, which we're starting to see that normal too. And there will come a point in time where they're going to figure out that new wheels are going to be redundant. If you're making these crazy internal rim widths on there to fit a 700 by 30C tire when you're aiming for a lightweight bike, and then you're throwing on a pound tire each, like a 700 by 30C. So yeah, it's a weird game in the cycle industry right now. So UCI definitely needs to go ahead and stop looking at tilt-in handlebar levers and all these crazy bands that they want to put forth. And they should really go ahead and aim to strive to make these bicycle manufacturers push themselves more, create better competition, create a new need for a new bicycle, and go after a different weight limit on there. You know what I mean? So let me know what you guys think. One, do you guys like this new Factor Ostrovam? I really do think it looks just like a giant Propel. A lot of people did not like this part right here. They said it looks kind of bulbous. But this looks very similar to a lot of bicycles out there. That setback on that seat post, though, is crazy. It looks like a negative 25, which is absolutely insane. But other than that, if you like the Propel, why wouldn't you like this bicycle? Super deep on the head tube. I'm sure it's going to ride very comfortable with those skinny seat stays in there. Threaded T47BB. Wide tire clearance. It looks like a badass bike. So, and everyone always said the Factor Ostrovam was a really nice bike. So we'll see what happens there. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. What would you want to see the UCI change if they can make something on the bicycles? You know, I would really like to see them change the weight limit and change the bicycle designs of what the structure is for it. I mean, it doesn't have, again, that doesn't mean that every single bicycle company needs to make just a full parallelogram, you know, but give them some crazy ideas. Make them test it. Make them try it. Make them think outside the box, and they might come up with something crazy. So let me know that in the comment section below. Anyways, guys, that's going to do this for the video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next one.